What did you make of Enzo Maresca, that news that he left the club? We kind of saw it coming over the last month or so, but were you surprised when the news actually came through?
No, I think once you start to see comments about a manager talking about the support he's getting from above him, you know things are in a bad place. You know that he's trying to almost put the club out as the reason why things are happening. There's been a lot of reporting that's gone on in the last few days, reading stories in The Guardian and The Athletic about the sort of idea of maybe the hierarchy telling him how to rotate his players because they're coming back from injury. Obviously thinking about Reece James and Wesley Fofana being the biggest culprits for re-injuring themselves, and Maresca having different ideas. And I think in the overall, when you talk about Enzo Maresca, I think the biggest issue that you have is not even necessarily with him, but what's going on above him. And I think the biggest thing that I sort of feel about this is I would like for the club to come out with their 5 sporting directors and say, what is it they want to be as a club? Because I think right now, Chelsea is trying to be everything all at once. They're trying to be a big team who win things, but also a developer of young talent. Be it both coaching, because Enzo Maresca does not have an extensive CV, and also of players. And so I see them as a club that is trying to be everything, that is trying to build their value. Obviously, these are American businessmen that think about things through the perspective of stock trading. That's how it sometimes feels like they're handling their playing squad. You bring some players in, they rise in value, you ship them out, you bring new players in, try and rise their value, move them around to Strasbourg and develop them. But I think they're trying to be Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't think you can be both of those things. I really don't. And so Chelsea need to define what they want to be. And if they're going to come out and say the results that he achieved were not good enough, or 15 points off the top of the Premier League, then go build the squad that's about getting results, because they don't have one. You look at the transfer business that they did in the summer, they didn't do transfer business with the idea of winning. They just didn't. And so I would like for them to come out and explain what they want to be, because I don't see it. I don't understand how you can be everything all at once.
In terms of this game, do you see it as a bit of a free hit for Chelsea? Because if they win, well, brilliant result. We've beaten Manchester City, who are in the title race, and make a jump up in the table. And if they lose, oh, well, we haven't got a manager. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think I must confess, I saw his first name as Callum. I didn't see his last name. I apologize for not knowing his name, but it'll be an interim that largely is not
a supply teacher.
Right. I mean, you feel bad for him because obviously he's stepping into a job that he probably thinks is, his one chance to impress. But yeah, I mean, we don't know if Liam Rossigno will be in the dugout or if even he is going to be the Chelsea manager. But yeah, I think it is something of a free hit for Chelsea, because there is still an incredibly talented squad of players, maybe one or two different messages. I do think that Maresca's football was a little bit rigid. It was even rigid at Leicester, where I think some fans were less appreciative of the style, even as they were getting promoted. So maybe he goes out and says, go play with freedom, go express yourselves, don't worry about tactics and about this pass and moving here and this rest organization. Go and play the game. Go and play the game and see what you can deliver, because they're obviously a very talented group of players. The problem is that they're not a consistent group of players or a consistent team. And so, yeah, I think this is absolutely a free hit for Chelsea.
From the Manchester City perspective, they huffed and puffed against Sunderland, but didn't really have that much in front of goal, which seems crazy to say when you've got someone like Erling Haaland in the form that he's in. But ultimately, and we discussed this on the show after the game, when this guy doesn't score, they haven't always got that many answers.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see them emerge this season. I think Ryan Cherki and Phil Foden and Jeremy Doku have added a lot to the team. But I still don't think we're not seeing attacking contributions from players like Bernardo Silva. Rodri would pop up with a few goals from outside the area. The fullbacks will get involved. Joško Gvardiol has had seasons where he's contributed 4 and 5 goals. The center backs have been involved in set plays. We haven't seen that. So I agree with you. It is sometimes Erling Haaland dependent. But I think as well, we used to see for Manchester City, it would be, let's say, Sané, Sterling, and Mahrez. And you would play 2 out of the 3 of those you play 2 here, and then 1 rests, and the other one comes in, then that one rests, and the other one comes in, and you can kind of move them around. I feel like right now, if Manchester City name a starting 11 that doesn't have Doku, Cherki, and Phil Foden in it behind Erling Haaland, I don't have a lot of confidence they're going to go out there and score a bunch of goals and look like their best. We saw in the first 60 minutes against Fulham or in some of the other performances.
And that's what we saw against Sunderland, because Doku was on the bench to start the game, and when he came on in the second half, they did look a little bit more like they were going to score.
I think the balance of the 3 of them plays so well off of each other that unless they're all there, Tijani Reinders started off the season very well from an attacking point of view in terms of providing contributions, but I think if it's not those three guys, you just see, I think, especially, Omar Marmoush is away at AFCON, not that he's necessarily been a massive contributor this season, but, you don't really see a lot from Mateus Nunes getting forward. Nico O'Reilly has had, I think, a good season. He's locked down that position, but again, not a massive contributor of goals. So I think it's about that sort of next line of players that need to deliver the chances and the through passes and everything that they do in order to create moments.
Is this a must-win for City?
Yes.
Stay in the title race?
I mean, what is a must-win in the middle of the season? But yeah, I think when you've already given away 2 points this week to Arsenal, they're now 4 points clear at the top of the league. You won't really expect Arsenal to drop a lot of points, and they're going to set a really high bar come the end of the season. I don't see them being the kind of team that drops bad points over the course of the season. They were brilliant against Aston Villa, and so if City are going to be there, they have to maintain that sort of unerring standard at the same time.
What's your prediction?
For this game, I'm going to say Manchester City to win by 3-1. I think it's just been way too chaotic of a week. Chelsea will go again, presumably under a new manager, and figure out what the second half of their season is going to look like. I think this is just too much chaos for
I agree. City need to bounce back from the Sunderland performance, and at home against Chelsea, given the way that they've been over the last week or so, I do think it's going to be a fairly comfortable Manchester City victory. We'll have to wait and see. Let's hear from Pep Guardiola. He was asked in his press conference earlier about Enzo Maresca and that situation and his future as well.
Enzo Maresca obviously has left Chelsea. You played at next on Sunday.
Only I can say that Chelsea, I think, from my point of view, lose an incredible manager, incredible person, but it's decision from the hierarchy from Chelsea. So nothing to say.
Was it a surprise for you?
Football? Surprised. Only confirm how lucky I am. I was and I am in the club where I am. My club is extraordinary.
What did you make of the claims today in various reports, Pep, that part of the reason Enzo Maresca left Chelsea was that he'd spoken to City about succeeding yourself?
No idea. You have, I'm pretty sure, more info than me.
Okay. Can you give us an update on that? Is there an update on the possibility of you leaving?
What almost gave you an update about an opinion that I don't know is about this opinion? It's just a rumor, so I'm sorry, I'm not going to answer that.
I mean, on your own situation, not Enzo's situation. On your own situation, if the claims are correct and City are talking to potential replacements, what is the latest from your side?
You want to fire me?
I don't want to fire you.
No, my salary is so high, so I have 1 more year. So.
Just one more on your situation. It's quite a direct question. Do you still intend to be Manchester City manager next season?
Oh my God! I have a contract. I said 1,000 million times. I know you are bored of me. It's 10 years here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that. I will leave one day. I promise you.
Not too soon.
I promise you. But I have contract. I'm happy. I want to fight with my team. The higher respect me. That proved last season what happened in this club, that we didn't win one game in 2-3 months. They support me. So what can I do? I want to try and do it, but maybe one day, I don't know. But I have 1 more year contract. I like to be here, so we will see. You will see. I said 1,000 million times about that. So, but my credibility is zero, right?
Thanks, everyone. Happy New Year.
26, wishing everybody a very happy new year. Thank you for watching over the years, and thank you for watching in this year as well. The two Robbies are next to me. 5 questions, 30 seconds to answer each one. Go for it, Rob. You're first.
All right, very newsy. Are Chelsea better off without Enzo Maresca?
Oh my gosh, good question. Are they better off? Impossible to say. Probably on balance not so much because of Enzo Maresca as just another managerial change. You know, they're thinking of getting apparently Liam Rosenior in from Strasbourg, who are owned by the same owners as Chelsea, and you're like, well, he's not a better manager, is he? Surely can't be. He's only been managing 5 minutes, so he's not a better manager than Enzo Maresca, who showed at times some errors, but also showed some really good things. So are they better off? No. But then if you look at the actual situation, he can't fall out with everyone, and it seemed like he'd fallen out with everyone. So in that case, yes. But the whole thing's a bit of a mess, and I just want this ownership to sort it out. Come on, let's get some stability. Yes, Robbie L.
Let's go to the top of the table. Did you learn anything from Arsenal's emphatic win against Villa this week?
Yeah, I mean, I think you said it as soon as you came back in the studio. That's a statement. I mean, a huge statement. I'm learning that they have more statements in them than ever before. This Arsenal team under makeup, and about time. And about time. We need a season of statements. And they are starting to come up with a few. And that was very convincing. Although, dare I say it, I feel like Villa were not going to keep winning forever. They were, they were only winning narrowly, and they were going to run out of steam at some point. But I'm impressed by Arsenal. I can't help be a bit concerned about City, but I'm impressed by Arsenal. I think they've got more resilience than we've seen in the 6 years. I don't fully trust them, but I don't trust City either.
Players back fit, haven't they? They've got
players coming back fit, and I think Jesus is a little bit of a sort of secret weapon for them, actually, because everybody's completely forgotten that he's existed because he's been out for nearly a year. He's coming back and he's getting goals. Fair play.
Mid-table question. Manchester United, after their draw...
Oh, by the way, how much does that hurt? Mid-table question. Manchester United.
So, after their draw with Wolverhampton Wanderers...
They're 6th,
What would be a successful season for them?
Well, they finished 16th last season, so you have to say top 8, don't you? Because you can't say say anything above what last season, because it was absolutely dreadful, the worst season in a century or whatever it was. So I think since the 70s. So I think you have to say top 8 or top. It depends where the European places go down to. But I think if they finish top 8, it's been successful is an interesting word, because that's not success, but it's a little bit more successful than last season and win a piece of silverware. But I'm a little bit bored with Manchester United, dare I say it. I'm so sorry. I want them to be good for the Premier League. And I'm sort of running out of where this narrative is going. It's like...
You're fed up with waiting.
I'm fed up of one step forward, one step back. It's not even 1 forward, 2 back. It's like 1-1. What is it? Come on.
3 at the back, 4 at the back.
Oh.
Let's go to the January transfer window.
Yeah.
Let me pick you up there. OK. Top or bottom of the league, give me a club who needs to use this January window well.
West Ham United. West Ham United's recruitment since they won the Conference League, not the best, has it? Not the best. They've got Paquetá, who's sometimes good. They've got Bowen, who's nearly always good. That's about it. They, I think, have just got themselves a striker from Lazio in the last few minutes. They spent about 30 million euros, whatever that is, about 40 million. That's quite a lot of money, right? But I'm not trusting their recruitment because...
They struggle with centre forwards,
They've always struggled with centre forwards in the last 10 years. Also, is Mark Noble buying players? I'm not 100% sure that that's the right thing. And they don't have anyone else, as far as I can see. Apparently, David Sullivan, one of the co-owners, actually gets on Y Scout like you do. No, apparently he does, and buys players. Ain't having that either. So West Ham United, get it right and you'll stay up, because they have enough, just about. But they need to get it right, and they need to buy soon, quickly, early, and well.
The start of a new year, Rebecca.
I love a new year, Musty.
So give me any of your New Year's resolutions.
All right, I've got quite a few. So I'd like to do...
Personal and professional.
Okay,
welcome.
well, oh, crikey, I haven't got time for all those. 5 minutes of meditation a day. It's not a lot. I said this to you earlier on today. It's not a lot, Rebecca. Find the time. Why can't I find the time to do 5 minutes a day, right? I'd like to do that, because I do think the breathing helps. Health, physical, mental, the whole thing. Emotional, psychological, everything. I need a lot of help. Cool. I'm going to put my phone downstairs. My husband and I decided we're going to plug our phones downstairs in our house overnight, not by the bed, because we both slip into it. I'm the worst culprit. You get up in the morning, you reach for your phone, then you get your little glasses on and you have a little... No, I'm not doing it anymore. So that's another one that I'm going to try and do till about February the 1st. I think other than that, I said to you earlier today, you've got to keep just one foot in front of the other, and the things that you're happy with in your life, just stay at that standard, right? Just keep working hard to stay, because I think it's as hard to stay wherever you are in life as it is to get where you want to get to in life. So yeah, no cutting corners, no slipping standards, Musty. All right.
You seem to be looking at.
That's it. Is that it, boys?
That's very good.
Oh, I did not stay to time. Also, staying to time on the lowdown would be a resolution.
Leandro Trossard proved to be the perfect antidote to Arsenal's attacking frustrations, following Mikel Arteta's candid remarks about Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres may have struggled to truly impress since his summer arrival at Arsenal, but over the weekend, there was finally a glimpse of what he is capable of. More importantly, Trossard showed exactly why he could be the key to unlocking the Swedish striker's full potential during Arsenal's hard-fought 2-1 victory over Wolves at the Emirates Stadium. The 31-year-old winger injected fresh energy into Mikel Arteta's side on Saturday night and helped breathe new life into the Gunners' attack. Shortly after replacing Gabriel Martinelli in the second half, Arsenal found the breakthrough. While Trossard did not directly contribute to either the opening goal or the dramatic stoppage time winner, his influence on the game was undeniable. Trossard took control of proceedings, dictating the tempo and pulling the strings down the left flank. Time and again, he dismantled Wolves' compact defensive setup, releasing Miles Lewis-Skelly into space, picking out Declan Rice on the edge of the box, and crucially, feeding Gyökeres with intelligent, well-timed passes. Operating as a creative hub, the Belgian showcased his playmaking qualities, delivering sharp, purposeful distribution. His introduction completely shifted the momentum of the match, and for the first time in weeks, Arsenal's $64 million striker briefly looked like a genuine threat. Before Trossard's arrival, Gyökeres endured a frustrating and ineffective outing in attack. In fact, the Belgian was the only player to carve out a clear-cut opportunity for the 27-year-old forward, slipping a simple yet incisive ball in behind the Wolves' backline. Gyökeres controlled the pass, beat his defender, and aimed for the far post. Wolves goalkeeper Sam Johnstone was beaten, but the Swedish striker saw his effort agonizingly drift just wide. If Arteta truly wants to get the best out of Gyökeres, then granting Trossard a more prominent role in the starting 11th could be the solution. Speaking to TNT Sports after the win, the Arsenal manager openly addressed the challenges facing his marquee signing. "It's a collaboration between the two," Arteta explained. "He was in some really good positions, but the ball didn't arrive quickly enough, accurately enough, or with the precision a number 9 needs to score." But his commitment and intention were there, and we have to keep pushing. Arteta was equally vocal in defending Gyökeres prior to the match, urging patience with the striker's adaptation to English football. "There was huge expectation because we were signing a proven goal scorer, probably with the best statistics in Europe," Arteta said. "But he's coming into a different league, the most demanding league in the world. What happens if he doesn't score in 5 or 6 games? That was the only question I asked him. How are you going to react if you don't score in 5 or 6 matches? Can you handle that? And what about the next 100 games? That's what people need to see. The sample size is still very small, so leave him alone. Let him do what he does best. Support him, and I'm convinced things will come good." That message from Arteta resonated beyond the Emirates. In the days following the Wolves' victory, the debate around Gyökeres intensified among pundits, supporters, and former players. While some questioned whether Arsenal's record signing is truly suited to the Premier League's pace and physicality, others pointed to the structural issues around him rather than the striker himself. Much of the post-match analysis focused on Arsenal's chance creation and balance in the final third. The Wolves game highlighted a recurring theme this season. Gyökeres often makes the right movements, but the service into dangerous areas has been inconsistent. When Trossard entered the match, that problem briefly disappeared. Arsenal suddenly looked more fluid, more unpredictable, and far better equipped to supply a traditional number 9. Former players speaking on television and radio were quick to note the contrast. With Trossard drifting inside and linking play, Arsenal's attacking shape became more compact, allowing Gyökeres to stay higher up the pitch and occupy central defenders. That, in turn, created space for midfield runners like Rice and Ødegaard to arrive late in the box. It was a glimpse of an attacking formula that Arsenal have rarely sustained this season. The reaction from supporters has been equally divided. While frustration with Gyökeres' goal return remains, there is growing appreciation for his work rate, physical presence, and willingness to press from the front. Many fans now see Trossard as the missing connector, the player who can translate Gyökeres' movement into genuine scoring opportunities. Internally, Arteta faces an important decision. Persisting with a front line that isolates Gyökeres risks damaging the striker's confidence, especially with tougher fixtures on the horizon. At the same time, promoting Trossard to a regular starting role could mean reshuffling wide positions and reducing Martinelli's minutes, a bold call that would not come without consequences. Yet football at the highest level often comes down to chemistry rather than reputation. The Wolves match suggested that Arsenal's most expensive signing may not need drastic changes to his own game, but rather the right supporting cast around him. If Arteta embraces that idea, Gyökeres' slow start could soon be remembered as nothing more than a difficult adjustment period. For now, the pressure remains. Goals will ultimately define Gyökeres's Arsenal career, and patience in North London is never unlimited. But with Trossard offering clarity, creativity, and calm in possession, Arsenal may finally have found the key to unlocking their striker and turning promise into consistent production.